Hey guys, this is Love is Dead coming to you with another Dota 2 casted, DotaNoobs.com casted replay. I got DJLenny with me right here, and we are going to be giving this up for you guys. It looks like it's a MM game. I think it might be a solo MM game. It was Free Void who wanted the replay, so I think he's got two friends here. I think Io and Mogeth. I think I saw that they played with him. One game previously, so he might know them, but mostly free matchmaking people. I don't know anyone on the Dire side, so let's see what we got on. So the Radiant side is we got Free Void playing Vengeful Spirit, we got IO playing Razor, Pirate Duck, he's on Tiny, Ancient Apparition, I am Samuel, and we have Lich playing as we have Mogeth playing as Lich. And so, DJ, what do we got for the Radiance, the Dire side?
Okay, so here we've got Block playing for Brood. We have Storm Rider 1996 doing a mid lane Lina. We have got a Lifestealer played by Feel. We've got a Jug and Sven bottom lane by Maestro and La Fo. Since I don't know any of these people, I'll be referring to the heroes by the hero name, not the player. And just going to start by interesting lane combinations that they've got going here. But personally, I think a Sven Lina lane would have been really smart. You've got the very possibility for an early gank, but I don't see these guys being pro level, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that, I mean, having lifesteal in the mid lanes, yeah, it's okay. You have, yeah, I guess they could have, I don't know. It's hard to lane what they have picked up, but I think Sven and Jug isn't terrible for a noob game. But okay, Lina should definitely not be with Brood Mother.
Yeah, and Brood pulling in close to Razor. If you're a melee hero, you should never pull in close to Razor because he can ruin you pretty quickly at level 3.
So like what you want to do with Brood is you want to go in, place a web down, and then try to get back to base, get your mana back, go back out, and place another web down. Because you get two with it. First Blood, Tiny. I missed that one.
Wow, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was definitely out of nowhere. It looks like he just has Avalanche. No, he has Avalanche and Toss. It looks like no, just Avalanche.
Well, I'm gonna keep watching this Tiny because I expect this to happen a bit more often. But continue with your Brood intro.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got Brood. All right, she not playing a great Brood right now, but you want to go in. You want to place down your two webs as fast as possible to get them down and also to get your mana back as fast as possible as well. Top lane Brood is pretty easy, pretty safe way to go, but I like bottom lane Brood for the Dire because she can come in, place her web here, and I'm pointing that out, DJ, down on the bottom lane. She can place her web here, take out all of these trees in one, and then take out another set of trees, so she can be really hard to gank because of the vision that provides her.
Yeah, that's very true. She is a great suicide lane for Dire. And honestly, she's a pretty good suicide lane for both with Dire and Radiant. I would say that the web placement he has is really not as it should be. Problem is he's got them overlapping. What's interesting about the web is you have a slight time delay once you leave it to keep invisibility, so you can just put them separate from each other and cover a lot more space. And with that spacing, if Razor invests in a Sentry Ward, or not a Sentry Ward, help me here. A Sentry Ward, yeah, Sentry Ward, right?
Sentry Ward.
That's it. He will have full visibility over those two web placing.
I agree with you there. So like, yeah, with Brood Mother, when you get up in lanes, you can basically take out the entire jungle and just have that free for yourself with webs. Anyways, we got a tri-lane on bottom here, and well, Feel, not Fear, is sort of standing back at this point, and revealed himself off, so they know they're there. Sven is running up to, what are they doing? Mid lane, maybe he's going to get this haste rune, although they don't know it's there because they don't have.
They're rotating. No, there's no ward up for them, which
And then,
Which, to be honest, there should be.
yeah, there should be a ward there. Lifestealer just decides that, I'll just go in and, whatever. He goes down, leaving the middle lane clear. Looks like Sven is going to switch in the middle lane. Maybe they're having too much of a problem with Tiny.
What Sven is doing now is just suicide.
Yeah, basically. I don't know who placed the ward here on the Radiant side, but that's nice to see wards coming down. Oh, it must have been Freevoy with Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, it's Freevoy with Vengeful Spirit, has the Observer ward in his inventory, 1 left. Has about 4 minutes left. Has about 2 minutes left on that ward. And this haste rune has been seen, but they're not taking it or destroying it.
Well, I think because Tiny doesn't want to eliminate his farm, and the guys at bottom either haven't checked or don't want to risk cutting through jungle while they're pushed at their tower.
Yeah, I can see that. I just don't like leaving it. I just don't like leaving a rune out there.
That's true, and to be honest, Tiny, with that early kill, should have a bottle. Tiny's a great bottle holder. Tiny's one of the best bottle holders in the game, especially if you're going mid.
And I don't know if they're going to try to get off a gank here. Lifestealer has the haste rune, and he should be able to go if he can go. Oh, but Tiny saw him. Going to dive him as fast as he can, but he's going to take a lot of damage from the tower. Doesn't need to attack that creep there. Going to go down to the tower right now. There he goes.
Yeah. So clearly, first mistake there was that extra attack on the creep, but to be honest, he is currently a level 2, and tower diving is incredibly risky no matter who you are, especially at level 2.
Especially at level 2, I agree. So we have an interesting build on the Brood Mother with just a Ring of Regen. I would have gone the Ring of Basilius first, and then some more, maybe Urn for just some, no, sorry. You get the Soul Ring on Brood Mother, but that's not a suggested item, so I guess, if you're a noob, you wouldn't really think of the Soul Ring.
No, the Soul Ring is good on her, but you know what? Throwing a Ring of Akil on her for the stats of the Wraithband plus that mana regen isn't going to kill you, but it's not, your best bet. So we just saw Freevoy dying in bottom lane by a pretty well done out combination with the Jug and Sven. Jug with the pretty good spin while blocking, and Sven with the well-placed stun.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of lane switching, which isn't, I don't know, I guess you don't really want to do it because you lose a lot of XP walking around for not much benefit, but if that's what your team needs, that'll work.
Yeah, personally, I would rather spend the 50 gold for an early clarity potion than having to go back for more mana.
Yeah, I agree. So here we have go on Ancient Apparition, but they're not going to be able to deal enough damage to finish off a kill, and he's just going to send off a little bit. What is that skill called? That is Cold Feet. What's his? Ice Vortex is the other one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Got that down. Cold Feet going out onto Storm Rider, but yeah, not gonna do a whole lot. Razor could have gone. No, sorry. Razor's usually usually see Razor mid, but Tiny definitely needed that mid. He's big enough, level 7. Versus we got 5 and 5, so yeah, he's big enough to go and take out, do a little bit of a gank down somewhere.
Just one comment though. What we see here is general, what I would say, new player mistake for Tiny in a decent team. He's put 4 points in Avalanche, 1 in Toss, 1 in the Craggy Exterior, and 1 in Grow. Personally, I would put 4 in Avalanche and 4 in Toss if I'm going to be roaming to gank. Afterwards, 1 in Grow and Craggy Exterior after that.
Yeah, that is definitely the pro build that I've seen, max out the 4 and 4.
And once I saw it, I think I saw it at the International, and ever since then I've played it like that, and as a Tiny, I do well, but surprisingly my Tiny stats are bad because I don't pull through in the team.
I just want to point out that I just saw something pretty neat that the Tiny did, since he really wasn't being, the Lifestealer really wasn't paying attention that much. Tiny went behind him, threw him back, then avalanched him, and then was able to deal some right-click damage. I thought that was interesting.
No, it's a pretty well thought out strategy.
Because bottom, you don't actually select who you're throwing.
Nope.
So yeah, if you know Tiny's throw well enough to be able to do that, you're a little bit you're pretty alright. Brood Mother's still sitting on 13k gold. What? what is this not spending gold thing? We got Wraith Bands on Razor. We got 900 on Ancient Apparition.
There's one very low-level mistake that I'll even admit I made when I started Dota, that I never thought that the early branches were any good. I try to build up a Wraith Band or your first stat item as early as possible. Just a comment to anyone who's starting out in Dota. That Clarity Potion, those Tangos, and that Healing Salve are probably the most important items for the first 5 minutes of the game. I cannot stress enough. I didn't think so when I was playing Dota 1 for my first year, but oh man, was I wrong.
Yeah, those are absolutely crucial, keeping you outside of your base and allowing you to deal some harassment damage. And take a little bit of harassment, so you know. But we got Lich here sitting on 17k gold. Could spend that. Tiny does not have a bottle yet. 12k gold. Decided to buy a buckler. What is that build? Poor man's shield? Like, I don't know what he's going for here.
Looks like he's building a mech, actually. With the buckler and stout shield, you're going to go up to... Oh, wait, no, he already has the buckler. Never mind. I don't know why he has that.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Looks like Lina is coming out of position to deal some damage, but misses Ancient Apparition, takes some from the tower and runs back. We got a ward coming out from Vengeful Spirit, putting it to save them from any ganks from the mid lane. We have double damage Lifestealer in the Radiant Jungle. He's not going to find anyone at this point. Tiny is all the way up in the other side. Even so, what's his level? Level 4 versus level 9. He's not going to deal anything there. And Tiny looks like he's going to find him. And they pass each other.
What a mistake on Tiny's part. Even with that double damage, the 5-level competition with the magic damage he can deal at right now, he shouldn't be worried, because with the chance to stun, he's not going to get any kills off with that lifesteal. None of them hits.
I'm not even sure that he saw them. I think he was just going for his gank over here.
Oh,
and here
yeah,
comes the stun coming out, and Avalanche toss first, and that ends Sven. Avalanche on the coops. Yeah, I don't think he saw him there. Lifestealer is just in the jungle now, and if he knew that they were there, they would definitely be going in on that.
Yeah, so I guess Tiny probably just set his camera to his destination and followed what was going on. I will admit, I do that sometimes, but you always want to pay attention to where you are with the corner of your eye, because you never know whether you can gank or get a gank.
Yeah, I don't know where Lich's 17k gold went, but we have Blades of Attack, Gauntlets of Strength, Bracer, and Boots of Speed. Interesting.
So he's definitely following the basic build, because there's 950 for the Blades and Boots. He probably polished off that Bracer, which is another
we got some action going in on the top lane here. They're going to try to go on this tower, but there is no web on the tower from Broodmother, so you're not going to be able to get that regen benefit, not able to get that speed benefit, and that's invisible benefit.
I will say, though, that Brood does have the build that I like to see. 4 points in Spiderlings, help those push towers, and then everything else can follow suit after that.
I want to see what she builds here after this point, because if she builds the Vlads, then she's just going by, and she hasn't figured out that Vanguard is probably a much better item for her. Just in my opinion, she goes down pretty quick. Brood is tough to play because, you know, if the other team knows who Brood is and what Brood does, you know, they focus on you.
Yeah, I haven't noticed it too much, but Brood hasn't been advancing as fast as a Broodmother should be, especially with pretty much a free farm lane.
Yeah, she still only has, well, I mean, you said you liked the build, but I would argue that you... Wait, do you say you liked Broodmother's build?
The skill build, yeah, I like putting 4 points into Spiderlings early so that you can spawn a bunch of them and take down a tower by 10, but it's 13 and
so
not much damage has been done.
Here's the thing, though. At 3, your count of spiderlings is 3, and at 4, it doesn't go up. It only deals more damage. I would say that the spin webs is more important than the incapacitating bite, because those webs are your lifeblood. Those webs are your home.
That's absolutely true, but based on the play style of sitting in one lane and just one lane, you really, I mean, yeah, a second level would be good to have the 4 webs, but unless you start moving between lanes or you get that first tower, there's nothing you really need urgently yet.
Yeah, I guess I would just... Alright, so it looks like Lina is probably going to go down here. The AA ultimate missing by a long shot, but we're going to have some right-click damage come out onto her. Lifestealer going to come in, dealing a lot of damage here, slowing him down, taking out Ancient Apparition.
That's
I could kill you with 5 eyes.
If that Ancient Apparition blast hit, that would have been a dead Lina, and probably might have hit Lifestealer as well? I'm not sure. No, probably wouldn't have hit Lifestealer, but it looks like Free Void is going to be attacked on down bottom lane, the stun coming out, and the Blade Fury, and that finishes him off.
So, I'm just looking at the Free Void's last hits, and at 15 minutes, 17 is, to be completely honest, you should be working on that. I think actually, Lich has more, but the thing is, you should be farming more than Lich. You're significantly more item dependent as a Vengeful Spirit than Lich is, because he just needs mana regen, and actually he doesn't, because he can steal mana from killing a creep.
I also just want to point out that just in case, if you're laning with Lich, yes, you get the last hits, but if you're laning with your carry and you're a support, you really shouldn't be trying to steal those last hits. Your carry needs those items more than you do.
And there goes AA's ulti missing again, but it wouldn't really have been as effective right there. I've seen a few AA also just fly by and not do anything. Maybe the player doesn't know the mechanics of it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess.
It's a pretty tough ulti to understand, and then once you've actually understood it, pretty tough to master too.
Yeah, the Lich ultimate was a nice one right there. Got a bunch of lucky bounces, just hitting very few creeps, only heroes. Takes out Lina and Broodmother in that lane. But they did lose. I think they lost someone. I can't remember who though. This bottom lane is going to need some defending right now. They're going to have to pull back. That looks like they're going to TP in. Who's it going to be? We got Free Boy TPing in, going to save that bottom tower. That shouldn't be a problem. And we have Sven coming in out of position here. Shouldn't really be engaging on this one. Let's see what he's going to do. Looks like he's going for it. Stun. Stun on the Lich. They're going to take him down pretty easily. Cold Feet coming out onto Sven. And he's going to get a lot of damage. AA ulti blast would have been important there. Perhaps he doesn't know that deals a shank ton of damage. And Cold Feet, not Cold Feet. Ice Vortex going down. And Ancient Apparition needs to be careful here because Fen just needs to stun, and here it is. Stun coming out. 1, 2, and going to go down to the tower and Sven as well.
Someone should be that Sven should deny that tower right now because it's 6 health. If I was anywhere in the Dire Forest, I would sneak up and destroy that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Mega kill on Tiny against Lina in the mid lane. Didn't see that one. Sorry, guys. And we have Io. He is out of position here. Should not be here since he knows where the enemy team is.
I would have just gone for that last hit and run away.
Yeah, go for it, but that's not what he's going for. He's going to go in on everyone right here. Probably a bad idea, and he's not going to live through the Omni Slash.
Nope, that was a big mistake.
Yeah, you did 3v1. Not going to work for you, man. Sorry, dude. Let's see, we got Free Boy down bottom lane. He's going to deal a lot of damage with Lifestealer. Lifestealer, I don't know what Lifestealer's been doing, but he's only level 6. Fencer Spear is level 7. That was an easy kill for Free Boy right there. His build looking strange, I would say. Arcane Boots I don't usually get Arcane Boots. But
it's a very support Venge. But I guess, with the Razor and Tiny, Tiny is definitely going carry here, and the Razor as well. I guess it's filling the role, but I much prefer seeing a full carry VS, because once you get the attack speed going, then you can throw out damage like this Lekimura.
It looks like he's going to be the one farming, so I guess he's going to carry Venge at this point now.
If you watch top, there might be something happening, because there's Tiny hiding in the forest with a creepway push, and Wise, 3 people are standing next to a 6-light tower. Guys, denying towers, especially tier 1s, is
Ultimate, nice
so
ultimate
worth
point.
it.
But it's going to hit a creeps too many times, hits Juggernaut, and we got Tiny coming in the
But
back,
here comes
using
Tiny,
his toss
good
first.
toss.
They kill
The
off,
Avalanche could have killed Jug right now.
they get that tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A nice AA ulti right now would probably might even kill Jug if it was done, but I don't know if our player here knows how to properly use it yet, unfortunately.
Ton of damage coming out onto the Broodmother.
Well, Tiny right now has enough to finish up his Ags by the looks of it, which could end the game very quickly with the amount of damage he'll be doing to building.
I think Freevoy is looking for a kill here on Lina. What do we got? We got an invisibility rune. Good. Stun coming out first. The thing coming out, but that's a problem. Okay.
Even with the ults, it doesn't matter, because at that point in time,
The
one hit was left.
Yeah. Yeah, Freevoy definitely won that fight. The word I was looking for was Wave of Terror. Wave of Terror dealing the, bringing down the armor. And it looks like they're going to back off, passing by this illusion rune. Not picking up the illusion rune. And it looks like Freevoy is going to continue to farm this middle lane. As Sven looking for an initiation, but AA Ulti Blast reveals him out as it goes up towards Broodmother.
I don't
But they
think
didn't
he
see
saw
it.
it.
They weren't looking, and
Look.
Ancient Apparition is going to go down.
And if I were Freevoy, I wouldn't have even considered. Yeah. Oh wow.
Ooh,
Why is that
nice
open?
swap. That was a nice
Very
swap.
good.
Good swap there, because he wasn't going to be able to survive much if Sven was able to.
That position on the Sven. And this is going to turn into a counter kill if they were first.
Sven having a defensive stun coming out right there as you saw Lich coming up. Good idea to back away.
I would say the Freevoy should back up right now. You've got pretty low health, even with the team push. It might be safe for you to get back.
Stun coming out onto from Freevoy.
Never
Tiny
mind.
coming in,
Into Tiny.
finishing off the Jug.
Very nice. Very nicely done.
So I would say for Broodmother right here, you're having trouble with your lane. Need to control it. Need to send your little dudes into. Why did everyone stop? Oh no, never mind. Okay. Send your little dudes into the jungle. Take out the jungle creeps. Get some gold that way. You know, just sort of dominate your lane a little bit more.
One thing I'm really confused about is when Tiny was at base, he had enough to finish the scepter, but he didn't finish the scepter.
Yeah, sitting on a ton of gold here. And the middle tower is going to go down. There is no one here to defend it. They're going to try to push the top lane, but that's not going to happen. I don't see any teleport scrolls on anyone here, so they're not going to go back and save it. Sven coming out with a nice stun, and the ultimate coming out, but a ton of damage going on to him. Lich ultimate misses most, but
no.
swap coming
Oh,
out.
lucky
Freevoy.
bounce. Lucky one extra bounce to kill this Sven.
Freevoy, definitely a master of these saving swaps.
Oh, and Freevoy's got his mech, so with health that low, I would cover him, no problem.
Middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, they were able to take that tower. Unfortunately, Lina pulling out the ult onto Razor. A lot of
IO
damage
should
coming out to
definitely
him,
be
and
moving
there
back.
he's done.
Just a note, hopefully no team fights pop up, but if you're going to be encountered like that, just wait under your tower. It's your best bet. You're much safer than trying to push in at the other set of stairs with no vision, trying to get them.
Looks like Tiny has found Broodmother. Gonna do, if you deal an avalanche right here, you'll take out all those things, farm up a little bit of gold, tosses the tosses one of her ultimate, one of her creeps, hides in her web, and Tiny can't do anything without any wards. Needs to buy up his Aghanim Scepters so that he can get some more free spots in his item slots, so he can carry something like wards or...
I think it's. I mean, if you know you're building ags and you've got 3 out of 4 of the gold, right click it and let it sit at base. Because God forbid you die and lose all that gold that you just worked so hard for.
Yeah, that's important. Anytime I get the gold that I'm looking for, I just buy it. And then, I don't even know if I'm going to get it yet, but looks like we got some team fight coming out into the top lane here. Tiny's going to go down to 3 heroes out of position. Lich needs to run away. He's probably not going to be able to make it. Sven, 1 more second on his stun. Stun comes out, going to die.
Yeah, that's
And
unfortunate.
Free Void does not need to be here. Free Void does not need to be here. Go away. Get out of there. Keep going. Has a TP scroll. Good idea. I don't think anyone else on the team does.
I mean, Free Void, definitely gonna give a comment on, constant ward placing is good, but to be honest, second set of wards, and if you're already on your third set, should have been bought up by the AA or the Lich. You should definitely farm for yourself a bit more, because that's 600 gold, if not more, that you've spent on wards. Definitely should have some other item, some form of stats to progress you a bit more, especially at the 25-minute mark.
That's true. And since he's here and he does have an observer ward, should try to sneak in and place it right here inside the Dire, little Dire ward tower over here.
Yes, and then next to the steps. Yeah, that's a good place. Finally, Tiny finished his eggs.
And I wonder if this middle tower is going to go down to the siege creep. They should deny it, but they don't know how to do that.
Nope. I'm thinking that siege creep is going to get it. One more hit. Yeah, good luck.
There it goes.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Got his tree. Gonna deal some cleaving damage.
At this point in time, Tiny can just push through to the base, because with his very big 2,000 health, he can just destroy creep waves and towers without thinking much.
Golden XP massively in favor of the Radiant.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom tower is under attack. Razor's probably going to take this out with relative ease. And it looks like they're going to sit in middle lane here. Let's see. Wonder if they're worried about where the Dire are. And waiting for a rune? I don't know. Maybe yeah, so they figured out that they're going to go top lane and gank and then push in.
I believe Tiny is looking at all those spiraling, is dreaming of the amount of gold he's about to get.
We have to agree, but it looks like they're going to go on Lina at first. Stun coming out to her. Tiny toss, avalanche, done. Web coming down, but a ton of damage coming out from Lich, and they're able to finish that off as well as get all that farm. The Dire are in the Radiant middle lane. They look like they're going to peace out from that one. And Free Void doing what he's been doing all game and farming up. Probably need a... Well, who else? Razor should really be doing this. But if he's not going to, might as well do it yourself.
Well, if you look right now, I had Field standing in the Dire base. He's been standing there for almost a minute now. I don't know what he's doing, but right now he's clearly trying to make out with the tree and definitely wasting his own time.
Who is that? Alright, stun coming out onto Tiny, but no one is there to initiate. He's going to be able to stun back. And looks like Sven's going to try to run away. The toss coming out, one more right click, and Sven goes down to Tiny. Spear finally coming in, but yeah, actually he's going to deal a lot of damage to Duck, and he's going to back out. But Lich is here now. AA ultimate comes in. Nice little AA ultimate, but it's going to be a little bit late. And Tiny doing a ton of damage right now. Looking pretty nice. Yeah, so the problem is that the with Vengeful Spirit farming like that is that far away from team fights, which Vengeful Spirit is most useful in, I would say, at this point in the game with the swap, able to create some positioning. So that ward placement needs to be, well, it's all right. Could have tried for tried for the key ward, and they're gonna catch Lina out of position and deal a lot of right clicks. A swap, it doesn't deal damage, but you're gonna do it anyway. And there you go. Get your Lina.
I mean, it's a nice way to disorient them, but the Wave of Terror was basically easy kill.
Yeah. We got Lich farming with Razor. And I'm going to try to push this middle lane. And a swap right now would be pretty good. Or no, sorry, that wouldn't be good because they don't have anything to go on. Omni Slash misses.
And to be honest, that was a complete waste of an Omni Slash. You got creeps there, too many heroes.
AA Ulti Blast comes out. We're unable to finish off the Lich. AA Ulti Blast a little bit further away. Oh, it does hit Broodmother though. So anyone who doesn't know, AA Ulti Blast when they get down to, what is it, 10%, 20% health? Do you know?
It's 10%, as far as I remember.
Once you hit,
I haven't played AA in quite a while.
Yeah, it's once you hit, it's too long for me to read. Once you hit about 10% health, you just explode and die.
Well, actually, it says it's dependent on the level of the skill, 10, 11, or 12.
Okay. So that team fight went way in the favor of the Radiant. They are still not buying wards to figure out where Broodmother is, but it's pretty clear where she is. So
that, or even Dust of Appearance is a really good thing against Brood, especially after those fights where just a web appears out of nowhere. You're like, well, in that case, Dust and finish your kill.
Mm-hmm. And looking pretty good right now. I'm going to assume that they're going to try to take this bait. And it looks like they're caught out by Tiny. Tiny going to push the top lane as well, so they have a ton of pressure. And Juggernaut is heading back, but he doesn't have enough health to initiate, so he's going to have to go back to base before he can do anything useful.
This is why you should always have a TP scroll.
Yes, you have after like 10 minutes you have 5 item slots because one of them is a TP scroll. And they're going to be able to easily get these barracks.
Especially with the Tiny Tree hit, which is just the ultimate building destroyer.
Sven cannot initiate, especially now with the rest of his team. The Dire, I don't know what Lifestealer is doing, but I guess he's not high enough level to help out his team anyway, so. AA Ulti Blast gonna hit on Lifestealer.
That was very well done. I should see that our AA player has more or less tried understanding how it works.
If you are playing AA, you want to, general rule is you want to overshoot with your blast just a tiny bit, so that if they back up while your blast is flying and while they, once they see it, they have like a couple seconds to start running. If you tack a little behind, they'll run into your ult rather than escape it. And here we go. Looks like they're going to try to go on Ancient Apparition. Juggernaut doing a ton of damage to him, finishing up, and he's going to go down. Lich is now out of position. If they catch him, a ward placement from the Dire side up in that little tower I've been talking about would have caught him out and they would have had that kill. And Vengeful Spirit going down, pushing out bottom lane. Looks like they're going to do the push out the lanes and then go. I would still prefer to see Tiny doing this pushing or something like that. Double damage. But, at this point, looks like she's going for Aghanim Scepter. Decreases the cooldown of the swap.
I'm done.
And they're going down to Tiny. Wasn't able to see that one, but it looks like they're going to go on Sven. Going to be a... He stuns them at the right time, so they have to... Can't hit that stun, but the throw coming out going to do a ton of damage. And everyone's going to go down.
And here we have a team wipe by a Tiny and a Lich.
Not bad. Yeah, going for the Aghanim Scepter at this point. You know, this late in the game, I would have figured, you know, go for your Manta style. Give yourself the extra attack.
Definitely.
And gives yourself,
Dire's middle tower
just
is under
the extra
attack.
attack, the ability to do a little bit of scouting if you want. You know, that kind of thing.
Plus, to be honest, in terms of how good Ags is, I wouldn't put Vengeful
Dire's
Spirit
middle tower is
high
under
in the
attack.
ranks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There's just so many better items that you can get on Venge instead
Dire's middle tower
for the
Yeah,
same amount of gold.
the Radiant are just too beefy at this
Dire's
point.
middle tower has
Yeah.
fallen. Dire's
So by the looks of it, this is going to be the GG. I would. Oh, maybe not. Well, it's definitely coming soon. That's for sure.
Nah, that's gotta be a GG. Swap coming out and
is under attack.
stops Juggernaut from being
Oh,
able to
yeah,
escape that
that's it.
one.
So I guess for a last word, I'd say fun doing my first cast for Dota News. Looking forward to doing many more.
Yeah, pretty good
See
job.
you all online. Join us on Mumble.
That's DotaNoobs.com. Love is Dead with DJ Lenny. See you guys later.